Welcome back, everybody. It's a Monday night, and we are playing Dwarf Fortress. This is Cave Charms, the city where we have recently recovered from a very wet bottom floor that we have since dried out. You can still see bits of mud around here where our tavern had been flooded. Actually, mudded kind of everywhere, but it had flooded. Flooded out our magma supply over here and shut down all of our magma-related industries like our smelting and our glassmaking and our forges. But all that stuff's back online now, and our current problem is that we have goblins. I counted them off stream. 23 goblins have showed up, assuming more don't follow in behind. We have, I believe, 30 dwarves who are assigned to squads. Actually, no, don't even. We're actually missing a couple here. Let's throw some other dwarves into the mix here. We don't want to get the countess involved. And let's just keep the soap maker alive just in case. All right, what about this squad? Yeah, we get a couple. This is the time. Let's get people rounded back up. Let's leave the miner out of it if we can. Animal caretaker, pump operator. That's not a real job. That's just someone who's in shape. All right, everyone else is assigned at least. And now, we don't want to die to this goblin siege. So what we're going to do is prepare a little bit. One thing that I'm remiss on nearly every fortress is civilian safety. As you can see, there are dwarves wandering outside. This is just an animal character. He's on his way to clean off. We have a kid also getting cleaned up. I don't know what's everyone's so messy, but just wet. They're going to go wash off the rain. Makes all kinds of sense. All right. But two things I'm going to do. I'm going to establish a civilian burrow, and I'm going to set up a civilian alert so that they go there. Moral Morin floors is picking up equipment. Nice. All right, so number one is going to be to define this new burrow. These were temporary burrows that we didn't end up needing for anything. We were trying to use them to corral our were creatures, but we're going to try a new burrow. So we don't want anyone here. The first place we're going to consider safe is down here. And let's get ourselves zoomed out. And we'll include all this stuff over here. All right. And we're just going to go down. We'll include all of this ramp too. And if we have to make some adjustments later on, so be it. That's fine. But for the time being, we just want to make sure that no one's on the surface or wandering out in the caverns. So we're going to define just about everything else. All right, that's good for now. And then I'll designate the entire living area. Oh, including that little back of the bedroom there. We don't want those people's beds unincluded from the safe area, or these. We want everyone to have access to their usual occupations. We'll actually have some stockpiles there in the future. So go there and take all that in. No reason not to have access to the well and its associated stuff. Get that? Yeah. And we keep going down here to, there we go, our other production zone. We'll want to patch that up at some point, but not urgently. All right, so we've got another drawbridge there, so we want to keep inside of that drawbridge. We'll include that area, these people there. Eventually, we're going to need to patch up so much of this other stuff, but our primary concern at the moment is the surface, so some of this stuff down here, we just want to make sure that our people have access. Keeping them out of slightly more dangerous areas, we can trim and prune later. Definitely want to have access to all of the stairs. Let's just take this down. We can have them maintain the spike trap or the cage traps over there too. All right, this is our actual magma area. Get people in there. There's a little dumping zone. Definitely want them to have access to the tavern. And back upstairs, we'll bring in the temple also. All right, below that, magma. All right, that should be everything. We probably could have done some floodfill stuff, but we won't worry about that for now. This is safe. And we'll just assign everybody to safe. Oops. All right. Just double check. That's 125 assigned. And now we have to go in, click to configure civilian alert, safe. All right. So now we can activate our civilian alert, which we'll do, which should tell all of our dwarves to get the heck off of the surface. Let's zoom back in a little bit. All right, so we've got, I see 3 dwarves outside here. Let's see if there's anybody else milling around. Not anybody I'm seeing here. That should be a little bit safer. Now, as for our invader friends, we've got spearmen. I don't know why you can't click on the battering ram, but they've got a battering ram with them. Got some swordsmen. We've got some lashers with another battering ram. We've got some crossbowmen, which could be a problem. Some more crossbowmen, macemen. And it looks like about it. And like I said earlier, I counted 23 goblins total. Oh, hey, Jan. Welcome to the Fortress for the Night. We're hoping we survive these goblins. I like our chances. I don't know that they're a guarantee. Yeah, we ended up with this goblin invasion that we're currently about to deal with. I just set ourselves a burrow to have a civilian alert, which we've set. Our dwarves on the surface should get the heck off of the surface. And we are going to wait till they get out of the way. And we're going to pull this lever. And I'm thinking we're going to pull this lever a bunch. See if we can catch them trying to bash our door down. And maybe catch a couple under the bridge while we're at it. So we're going to come down here. And we're going to take all our squads. And we are going to assign them to the bottom of this ramp. Yeah, we will push the button. I don't remember where that button is. Where did this go? Okay, so it's in our basically our residential zone. So we've got guys coming and going. Everyone should be allowed to their normal everyday activities. We won't be collecting wood from outside. We won't be collecting much from the caverns, but for the most part, we should be able to conduct fortress business as usual. Yeah, I think we're okay. Let me just double check that our farm got into the burrow. That might not have. All right, let's quit with minecarts. Yeah, I missed some of that. So let's can we add a little bit to this? Let's just get the rest of that area. Great. Yeah, didn't want to have half of our farm unused, although we're doing a horrible job farming right now. What is wrong with our planters? Like we've got I don't know, we've got 4 people assigned to planting. Let's get 2 more. They're decent at planting. The mayor and the tavern keeper can come down there on their off days. All right, but it's time to see what this army can do to us. Oh, I think I saw some more people come in from off screen. All right, they're milling around a little bit. So what we're going to also do is start designating this mining to get broken through. What is our number here? 2? Yeah, we'll mine through that. Yeah. Ask not what the army can do to you, but ask what you could do to the army. Exactly. All right, I see this naked guy with a shield and a crossbow. That's probably better than some are going to show up with. All right, let's go look outside. All right. Who are you? Human Maceman. Do I have visitors from the humans? Why do I have a human Maceman? You're a talented Maceman. What part of you're not part of any group? I mean, I suppose. I'm not going to object to you hanging around here, but maybe he's going to come and try to volunteer to be a monster hunter for me. I'd rather you hunt monsters on the surface, frankly. Let's just get this thing pulled. And if you get caught out on the surface, maybe you take a goblin or 2 with you. What's this guy? Lusco Dothanespo, High Chancellor. Interesting. This visitor is ready to leave. Well, I don't know why we have humans out here. I don't see a human caravan notification. And are the goblins approaching? Yeah, they do seem to be making their way here. Is that a goblin? Okay, it is a goblin. There are goblins who have fallen into the water. They're climbing. Are they just like they fell in because they tried to cross? All right. Drawbridge hasn't come up yet. Okay, we've got the beginnings of the goblin army arriving. This is going to be messy. Oh, that went up just in time, and I don't know where that goblin went. There was a goblin on the bridge when it went up, and I don't know, did he go flying? What is this over here? We have a talented maceman and Nox Stubanesco's mangled corpse. I don't know if that was the guy. Let's see, did you get into a fight? Oh, you just... Okay, you just lost a fight to this human. This human's gonna go some berserk over there. All right. So this is something I've been wanting to try. I don't know how well it's going to work at all. And we're going to go here, and we are going to pull lever. On repeat. And see if guys try to come through and into the fortress, and if they get evicted bodily from the fortress or squooshed under the bridge. Actually, okay, we're getting more notifications of ambushes. Is that an ambush in the... It doesn't look like where there's an ambush. Why did that send me... Oh. A goblin hammerman. Oh, we need to close this hatch also. Let's pull that lever. It goes down the same place eventually. We do have a few goblins in the fortress. Let's get downstairs and see. what we're doing here. All right, looks like we have some stuff taken care of. Where are the goblins? The goblins are beating up our livestock. Let's just quickly designate those goblins. And let's see, are there any others further down? I don't think any others have gotten in yet. Let's go back up, check the surface. All right, we'll just confirm those 2 targets. Oh, hammer dwarfs are dying. Swords dwarfs are dying. What the heck? Recruit. What are these guys getting killed by? Well, let's find out. It's not what we're looking for. Recruit. Fighting. Recruit punches the goblin hammerman in the lower body. Bruising through the... Okay, that's not the one who died, clearly. Here's another recruit. Let's try that again. Here's our other recruit. Here's another recruit. Silver maul has lodged firmly in the wound. Recruit has been found. Okay, so the goblins are actually fighting really well here, and we're well behind on our fortifications. All right, I think we're going to... All right, I still want to kill goblins. No special orders. All right, let's station you inside the fortress, up here by the wall, up here by the door. No. You're stationed inside the doors. Please stay inside. Where are all our dwarves going? Are you guys wandering all the way out to go look for goblins? What are you specifically? You're tired, but you're stationed. Maybe you shouldn't go running across the map if you're stationed. Like, I don't understand this. Where do you think you're going? All right, we've got some goblins over here, and one of our guys died. No fault of our own. All right, let's go look at the lever again. Have we pulled the lever all the times? Okay, it's on repeat, so that should be fine. Where's everybody dying? Oops. Oh, sorry. Let's... Yeah, why did all of my dwarves run out of the fortress? Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna... take this, and we're just take it off repeat. We're gonna pull it one more time and get our guys to stay inside, because apparently they're just gonna run outside repeatedly. Let's find out how many goblins remain. Have we been actually killing some? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 invaders. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 to M. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. That is more than I counted earlier. So there are 37 goblins remaining out there. And what are we at? We're missing some people. Let's assign a new leader. Bard, take over. Position 4. Peasant. Farmer. Herbalist. Pump operator. Wow, these guys got knocked down quite a bit. Who's going to lead you guys? A leather worker. Animal caretaker. We can get to the animal caretakers now, I guess. Still leave the miners out of it if I can. Spinner. What else we got down here? Peasant. There we go. All right. Squad's refilled. People are just going to be coming up, grabbing weapons if they can find them. And if not, they're going to be coming up to punch our foes. All hands on deck. We outnumber these goblins 3-1. But they're better equipped than us, which is embarrassing for dwarves. And that's on me. We will be making some interior defenses. We will be making better use of our dwarves. Getting them some equipment, getting some armor. I don't know why we don't have more equipment. All right, here we go. Like, I feel like there should be 30 dwarves up here, and I don't know why there aren't. Like, are you coming to... You're going to station. Okay, that's fine. But there should be 30 dwarves in this vicinity, or guys heading up to be part of those 30 dwarves, not the, like, 5 or 6 that we've got here. Yeah, the walls help us, guys. Get back inside. I do feel like we're making a little bit of progress, but I don't like that we're running out of the fortress to engage them. Like, are these guys just out of ammo? Do I not have enough bolts for them? That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I don't see bolts being carried. Okay. So these crossbows are just inefficient melee weapons. All right, let's restation down here where they should be coming. And let's go refill our squads. We need a new leader. Soapmaker, you're next up. I really don't want to use Ast. They're really an awesome gem setter. Let's go way down the list. Let's start from the bottom up. Woodburner. Butcher, you should be good at fighting. Oh my, these guys are almost all dead. All right, we need a lead. Sorry, is this the sign of the leader? Yeah. Let's get our doctor. He's good enough. All right, and last squad. Oh my goodness, there's 3 of them, or 2 of them left. Unled, 2 remaining. All right, get our armor into here. Fine. Stonecrafter. I feel like a bone doctor is probably going to be more used after the battle if we survive this. I think these goblins might have brought enough guys, though. Woodburner. Peasant. Well, there's so many peasants down here. What am I even doing? Oh, one of our guys was a suspected were... Oh, we have a were-lizard. Never mind. Yeah, we're not sending him into... Wait a minute. Do we release the were-lizard? I could knock down that... I could knock down that piece of wall. All right, let's get the peasant in there. Let's get the last position assigned. And where do we have that? No, that's not right. Priority 1. Someone come release that guy. Oh, someone's working on it. Were-lizard's going to be in the battle soon. if, you know, any of us are. I'm hearing a lot of deaths. Population's down to 93. I think we had been at 125. Well, did somebody stop coming to this because they're dead? All right, someone else needs to go. Wait, can we turn this to a high priority? We can't. All right. Where are goblins? Our guys are everywhere. Are there goblins up here? Is that why you're... No. All right, we're going to take a quick jaunt out. We can't even do things because our manager's dead. All right, well, we won't do that now. All right, I see some goblins here. Can we, like, station and come get these goblins? I hear just clunk, clunk, clunk of our guys dying all over the place. This is a massacre. If anyone remembers last time when we had our aquarium fortress, one of our major goals was to not neglect the defenses of our fortress. Now, if you look at it on the surface, oh, they bashed right through our back door here. Like, they're not even coming around. I had said that we were going to focus a little bit more on defense this time. And this right here is evidence that we did not put enough evidence or enough money where our mouth is. To be fair, we spent a very long time on a very stupid mistake with the whole flooding issue. All right. We have a Brontosaurus, a War Paraceramethum. I can't even say it anymore. That's because we're dying. And a Brontosaurus down here. I gotta feel like these guys could do something to help us. Wait a minute. How do we release everything from the... What if a dog in a cage? All right. Stray Velociraptor. Let's just let them out. We're not going to do that with the fish, though. We're going to remember not to do it with the fish. Giant rat? Fine. Some of the stuff, I swear we just wanted the cages. Well, no, we have stuff we wanted to do. We didn't have a mated pair of velociraptors, so I wasn't going to just let them run around. Velociraptoring around our caverns. But with this list of dead people, I'm tempted to let the velociraptors try to take over the fortress. There's a lot of blood around here, and more goblins than dwarves. Technically, we still outnumber them, but... it does look like more people are running away than fighting the goblins, though. Given our success at fighting the goblins... no, we're, I think, at about 55 deaths now. I am unqualified to manage ranged dwarves because I don't seem to ever supply them properly with bolts. I don't even know where we're getting killed anymore. I thought the War Paraceramethum was supposed to go off to battle with his trainer. If his trainer's dead, he should have been there to witness. Oh, is that our Velociraptor? All right. You can adopt a Velociraptor, yes. Yeah, it's just a lot of dead people. Let's take another quick inventory of the goblins, see if we've gotten any of them. All right, one. Like, there should be a little counter somewhere that tells you how many hostile invaders you've got. Let's just look at... one of them stumbled into a cage trap. That's something. I don't know how many that is, but it's too many. We're down to 60. I feel like the guys stationed here are not where they need to be now. Where are all these deaths happening? See if we can catch up to where all the goblins are. Let's find some of the more recent deaths. They're still up on the surface? How are people dying up on the surface? How do they even get there? They're not allowed. All right, let's look at some more deaths. Let's see. Oh, they cleared this area out. Oh, Demon Shooter's still alive. Overexerted. Oh, are these bolts on the ground? Okay, let's unforbid some of this goblin stuff. Maybe we can grab some bolts and get back in the fight with our crossbows. Like, ammo that's fallen on the ground? Fair game. Like, I see dead goblins. That's always good. All right, let's clear those alerts. And these. And we will start fresh with some new horrible alerts. So, I mean, we may survive this with horrible injuries. Recover the fort. If we have 20 or 30 people left, we can still close this place up and get it back. Is that a nose on the ground over there? Yeah, it is. It kind of looks like a nose. It's kind of hard to tell at that scale, but definitely a nose. Like, I feel like you'd be better off grabbing some stuff. I'm going to dismiss these guys for now and restation them, see if they'll pick up weapons or ammo off the ground. Like, the killings have slowed down. It might be that more people are down below. All right, do we have any sightings of those guys with the siege weapon? Did they just stay outside? It does look like that. They've just kind of hung around upstairs. Well, that's 4 goblins I don't need to do anything about. We'll let our squads grab something to eat and drink. We'll refill them. We're over the whole, like, who's the best for this job sort of thing. Time for the heroes to step up. There's 2 people left in the squad. Tavern Keeper, you're leading a squad now. Everyone's used to listening to you. Where Lizard, you're in squad, whatever this is. Chief Medical Dwarf needs to be there in case we do survive. All right, Gem Cutter, fine, you're in charge. I do wish they deprioritize people who are already in squads in the list. Like, I'd like that to be opt-in, not opt-out. The short list. Well, we have 30 positions and 51 dwarves, I suppose, and I think some of them are still kids. Mayor, defend your people. 2 more spots. Couple doctors. All right. You know how to set bones? Start breaking some. Your vow to do no harm does not apply to goblins. All right, here comes a bunch of goblins. All right, let's get back to squads, and we'll station you guys back down here. These numbers are changing a lot. I'm not liking our odds here. I think we might lose. It'd be very nice if we had to drag them through a crazy trap corridor before they get to us, but that is not something we're making them do right now. All right. Avos, we're going to follow you around. You're going to be our hero. You're taking these guys all on by yourselves. Terrified will in conflict. He is running away. I think this might be part of why we're losing. I think our squads are poorly trained and poorly disciplined. And he is running out of the fortress. So, in terms of trying to diagnose what went wrong with our defenses, I give you Avaz Sherlzal, our wrestler, creator of Nico Trollamam, or whatever, however you want to pronounce it. Let's find out what it is he made, because I'm at a little bit of a loss for what he thinks his contribution around here is. Oh, he's the one who made our Kern? No, Lignite Millstone he made for us. So, he made us an artifact millstone, which I think we displayed because we didn't need a millstone. We weren't making any windmills. And we had an artifact Kern already for some stupid reason. And we appointed him to a squad. He had a crossbow. Granted, maybe the goblins left some bolts on the ground that you could have used, but you probably were unarmed. And his response was to run away, look for an opportunity, and escape the fortress. There are 21 dwarves remaining. How many goblins are there? Still too many. I don't know if that's more than 21, but probably. They probably have us outnumbered now. Yeah, we could have had much more of a metalworking industry if we hadn't flooded our access to the magma. Could definitely see that. It does seem like the killings have stopped mostly. What is this kid doing? Give water. All right, where are you going to give water? You just fetched a bucket. Are you headed up to the surface? I don't know where you think you're going. Oh, you're just drinking. You picked up a Kimberlite mug. And you're just going to have a drink. I mean, you do need to take care of your, like, living needs. Stridum Ben is going to put the mug away. Or she. It's a girl, 8-year-old girl. And killings have resumed. And now she's going to give water. She's got a bucket. All right, she's heading down. Probably safer down here. I mean, if anyone's going to survive, it's going to be to hunker behind a brontosaurus and hope it can step on some goblins. And she's going back up. I don't understand. Why did you come back up? The top floor's here. She's tired, but there's no beds up here. Who's this? Another child. Hungry, thirsty, seriously injured. Oh no. They're trying to take care of their friend who's injured in the hallway over here. Okay, well. I don't know that we're going to salvage this in any way, shape, or form. I think the goblins are going to overrun us. What do we have down here? Are there goblins down here? They're dead dwarfs. There must have been. I see a brontosaurus. I don't see our war paraceramethium. Let's see what happened with them. I don't see it alive. Interesting. Did I miss it? No. It is neither alive nor dead. I'm just a little bit of a lost where it went. There's some possibility, I suppose, that realizing our fortress was in danger... Oh, wait, what's this on the ground here? There's a mangled corpse of it here. Let's see. Let's see if we can find out what happened to it here. A lot of things are going to be on here. Demon shooter probably dead by now. Velociraptor was fighting. All right, we'll take a second to see what how the Velociraptor did. That's about a little over halfway down. Velociraptor misses a Goblin swordsman. Velociraptor stands up, stands up, stands up. I don't know how it stands up 3 times in a row without what happening, whatever else happened in between. It's fighting a Goblin spearman. Stabs the Velociraptor in the right foot with her spear, and the severed part sails off in an arc. So it basically got a leg chopped off and didn't survive it. Unimpressive showing for the Velociraptor. I'm not seeing a report for our giant ancient rhino. And that's a little disappointing, since that was something it should have been good at. Yeah, these goblins are a lot more dangerous than they used to be. I didn't see it anywhere in that list, so I don't know what happened to it. It probably got shot before it got into combat itself. Will the Brontosaurus survive? It kind of should, but... Oh, there's a goblin. Let's follow this guy around. They don't seem too intent on fighting our dinosaurs. He's just zipping around the fortress. All right, 7 dwarves left. Poetic. And he's just doing laps. Our Brontosaurus isn't tame enough or trained enough to intentionally fight. Haha! I see this guy caught in our cistern. Hey, Dwarven Hydrodynamics might get one little bit of vengeance for us. Okay, I saw... let's get back to our... Let's get that. Let's get... Where's our goblin? All right, we got a dwarf here. There we go. Let's get over to our hospital. I don't see any dwarves in here. Does look like they've gone after our survivors and finished them off. Normally, I'm in pretty good shape letting a squad of dwarves or 2 squads of dwarves fight off most threats, but they just brought too many guys, and they're really equipped. Like, if you look at one of these guys, they're equipped with a silver 2-handed sword. Actually, that's excessive. I take it back. He's unarmored. If we had some real weapons, we could tear these guys to pieces. But too many of our guys had crossbows and no crossbow bolts. I think that was problem number 1. Actually, I don't know if that was problem number 1. It was on the list. Problem number 1 might have been that I never actually finished any entryway defenses. I never shut it off so that this is the only way into the fortress. Some nice rock crystal over here. It's a shame. Yeah, this fortress really bogged down in aquifer management and that one giant flood that took hours and hours to get ourselves back out from under. So aside from that, we're doing a lot of things well, but I think the few things we did poorly really just swamped us under. Like, if you look down here at our living quarters, this is all a nice area. Oh no! Our Brontosaurus is trailing blood everywhere. Oh. Like, I was just going to do a little bit of a retrospective on the fortress, but you watch, like, hundreds of gallons of blood leaking out of this giant dinosaur. We had our trade depot buried down at the bottom of the fortress. 6 dwarves are still holding out somewhere. 2 groups of guys are stranded. These might be our 2 survivors, the end. Yeah, they're playing hide and seek. 3 injured citizens, no functional hospital. Hungry, thirsty, drowsy, seriously injured. He's probably as good as dead. Right lower leg is cut open, left lower leg is fractured. Glass trebuchet factory. Marvel of modern engineering, yeah. Never really did much with it. Hadn't gotten to that point. That was going to be for making stuff to go down this end to fire down this corridor here, or gallery here, that we never got around to finishing. I'm surprised we actually got around to starting it, based on the guys already being here. Oh, 4 left. Oh, our were-lizard has been elected mayor. Congratulations! He's not even in a cage. No, he's not even in a cage. He's just behind a wall. The kid is in a cage. The kid were-lizard. We just made him a bed. We carried him to a hospital bed, and walled the room in behind him. Never got around to breaking it down. So he is going to survive. We've got a ghostly were suspect. And then we've got the kid who we know is a were lizard because he changes every once in a while. Kind of wish we'd gotten a chance to open those back up and let them out just to see what they do to the goblins. They would have died, but at least they would have died as... I was going to say at least they would have died as dwarves, but they might have also died as were lizards. Which, I mean, you know, they had a chance. All right. I think that we may have to start a new fortress here. Locking your elected official into a confined space they can only provide advice is dependent on the kind of kindness of subjects to provide. Perfectly democratic. Honestly, they're locked in here, and the only thing that keeps them alive is the fact that they heal to whatever's wrong with them when they become a were creature. So all their hunger and thirst goes away. Yeah. But I think we will save and return to title menu. Time for a new fortress. Saving is a little bit of a formality. It doesn't really need saving, but we do need to hang it at that specific point on the bar every time. I believe that's where it's saving world info. So, all right, let's start a new game in the existing world. I think this is the right one, the Ageless Planet. Quarter of the Planet of Dawning, one fort. No, I think this is Region 13, Planet of Dawning. I have had such poor luck tinkering with the world gen results. I'll do a bunch of stuff that I find that goes in a direction I'd like to see map tiles. You know, amount of volcanism, sizes of and continuity of caverns, that sort of thing. But what really comes down to is it can't generate the world. It'll just keep trying to generate a world and failing, trying to generate a world and failing. We'll skip the tutorial. Thank you. All right. Let's look around. We're not going to do anything fancy, but I think I've, for the time being, had my fill of oceanside fortresses. That time we didn't even get a chance to do much with it. And we got a bunch of dinosaurs, just regular, in our fortress. Now, is this... Let's see, is this area allowed? We have light aquifer, which I'm... Yeah. Volcano with a light aquifer, maybe. Also a little sick of aquifers. But if it's not at an ocean and there isn't a weird situation with it, I think it's probably going to be okay. I think we're just going to go with another volcano fort. Let's... All right, so we've got a whole bunch of... Who are these? Dark Goblin Pits. All right, we're going to be surrounded by goblins. Let's go for it. Oh, actually, we have some area that's free from aquifer here, right where the cursor is. So to the southeast of the volcano, there's aquifer. Well, we've got fluxstone, platinum, tin, lead, iron, gold, silver, copper, nickel, zinc. Let's go for it. We will load profile 1. And we're going to need a new fortress name. All right, let's come up with a new fortress. Reminder, anyone who'd like to chime in with a name something, this could be a prime opportunity if you act quickly. Let's look a few, let's see if any random ones catch our eye quickly. Chamber seized. Moment paint. That sounds like someone's playing Mecha Chameleon in this fortress. I don't think that's us. Pair addicts. Pair addicts might be funnier, but no. Splattered bust. No. Earth brands. Best one so far, but I'm still going to go with no. Braved paddled. That D in braved. Curl hatchets. I believe that's what happens when you sharpen a boomerang. You end up with a curl hatchet. Now. Paddle image. No. Mine guards. Okay, well that's just a badass dwarfy name. I think we're going to take mine guards. Our group name. The Ink of Imprisoning. Well, I mean, if that doesn't just describe what an author does... Usually I go through a bunch of random ones before something clicks, but the Ink of Imprisoning sounds pretty badass. We're going to make this a library fort. Saying that right now. We're going to build a library in this one, and we're going to try to encourage a book industry. All right, so our fortress, what did we say our fortress name was? Mine Guards. Group symbol I'm not always that big on. We'll just take whatever randomly comes up with. And we'll embark. Let's see what we got. All right. A dwarven outpost. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Moldath Anil. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Time enough to delve secure lodgings, ere the Spinosaurs, Egypticus men get hungry. Well, now, that's evocative. New chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place. Avos Duthnur Mine Guards. Strike the earth. All right. I don't like our Dwarven name for this place, but that works. All right. One thing we're going to do, first thing, is we are going to dedicate this as a 3-wide entrance from the start. We're going to have a longish path to get in to start with. Not crazy. We're going to go down, across, and we're going to be able to put in enough room that we can branch that off and force people to go around a newly dug area that'll be our defense. So we're going to plan that defense first. Let's look around. We seem to be high up. So let's find out where our volcano is. This is probably... Oh, look at this right here. All right, so we were at 56. This is 48 where the lava actually starts. Aeon, good night. See ya. Check out the VOD to see how this place starts up. All right, so if we want access to lava, we're going to have to dig down at least 6 layers. Let's go back to our starting spot here. All right, so let's look at our cross section. Honestly, 48 is about where the map starts getting interesting anyway. Really start, you know, back in this area, we got a little bit of room, sure, but this is where we really have a bunch of underground stuff. And by 41, fully underground. Now, some of you may have noticed that I specifically avoided the light aquifer. So that means 2 things. 1, unfettered digging until we hit the caverns. 2, if we don't hit the caverns, we have nothing to drink. So, one of our priorities is going to be getting our farm set up so we can grow mushrooms and turn those into dwarven wine. And that's going to be the only thing we have to drink aside from what we brought with us. Priority 2 is going to be getting down to the caverns and getting ourselves a steady supply of water. All right, so what do we have here? Native copper. This might be a good place to dig in. So let's start. Actually, you know what? We're going to go in a little bit. Then we're going to start heading down. Because we want to be able to eventually use the magma as part of our defenses. And if we start too high up, that won't matter. And we'll come back up to grab the soil we need to dig. We don't want to come straight at the soil. We'll go back up. All right, and down here. Just make sure that lined up. Yeah. All right, so somewhere around here, we'll eventually branch off and probably use the magma as some portion of our eventual defense plan for this entrance corridor. But down here, we'll start building the fortress. So we're going to start with stairs. We're going to do 2x2 stairs, and we'll come back up. And we'll see what we've got around here for soil. There's a silt wall there. Silt. Good chance that there's actual soil around us. If not everywhere, at least some of this area. All right, let's make sure we chop that through. And off to the side here, we'll do our starting everything stockpile. And get stuff off of the surface. And we'll also do party 3 downward. And go down to like 30 or so. All right, we're going to call this our F2 hotkey. All right, so we can go outside, we can go down here and look at this. And underneath, we'll start some of our workshops. Okay, there. There we go. Some starter workshops, and we'll build a barracks on the next level down, but we're not quite to that point yet because we don't even have a carpenter. So let's get these guys. Oh, sorry, one last ceremonial duty. We're not going back. We're taking apart our wagon. That's our symbol of dedication to work here. Now, what would be fun is if we could come down and just drive the wagon indoors. You know, shame we can't do that. Oh, some nice lapis lazuli outside the fortress. Let's grab that before things get hectic out here. Same goes for the native copper, honestly. As long as we don't go nuts, that should all work itself out. All right, these guys are making great time. We have anybody who's not being occupied? Yeah, a bunch of people. Let's go up to the top. And all right, we're not the most forested area here, but there are some areas of trees. Let's get some chopping done. We don't know any elves. We're surrounded by goblins. And we'll do the same thing with herbs. And we're just going to select a big old area. There. Any herbs you guys want to collect, you're welcome to. Now, where's our actual entrance? Can we see that from up here? Okay, we got this tree here. We're going to get that out of here. Oh, I never worry about taking off the elves. It's sort of a joke at this point. I don't know if you saw my last fortress before the goblins overran it when I was looking around outside. Like, the entire overland map was just strewn with wooden logs, so many that we hadn't even brought inside yet. So I generally like building down near the caverns and just using the cool colored wood from down there in the tree, in the mushroom trees. All right, how do we get going down here? All right, still making good progress there. Does everyone have a job now? Yeah, gathering plants, that's fine. Gather plants. Why is no one chopping? Feels like there should be someone chopping wood. One novice woodcutter. We'll let the carpenter also cut wood. I feel like it's a little bit more important than chopping. All right, and let's go back up to the entrance. Let's create ourselves a drawbridge. Now, one thing that Lucio was mentioning is that the Goblin siege engines can't destroy a bridge that's flat. So I could make an entrance down, build a ramp up, have the entrance covered by a drawbridge that's flat down over it. I don't know. It feels a little bit cheating. I think we'll stick with just regular old drawbridge, even though it's not the most effective defense anymore. Do we actually have 3 miners? I didn't even check to see. No, just 2. Okay. That's fine. Get them really skilled up at it. Section of cavern has collapsed. Interesting. Negative 15. We're nowhere near there. Odd stuff in the geography. Though that's probably a good indication of where my caverns are. Another trick that I used to disdain, but I think is probably okay, is using the farm plot thing to figure out where the caverns are. Oh. All right, so it looks like negative 14 here, actually right below me. We've got some caverns, so we'll look at negative 14 sort of right below us. That's convenient. I'm not going to complain about that. You know what? I'm actually going to start this hallway as an everything stockpile, just so people can get something to do. I get the feeling that elves, it's not just that they disdain the destruction of forests, is that they believe trees are people. So, yes, you made your own, but you still mistreated them. And you hid it. You hid it underground. You knew you were doing something wrong. That makes it worse. No job. Farmers have no job. Yeah, we'll get them some work since we get a few guys access to the soil. Why aren't they hauling now? They should be moving some stuff around. This is oh, sorry. Starts out as a none stockpile. Interesting. Well, now we have an all stockpile. Oh, and because it is the one thing I absolutely can't stand losing, we're going to have an anvil stockpile. I believe it's furniture. Yeah, just anvils. Sorry. I don't care about the quality. Any metal, that's fine. If someone comes up to me with a clay anvil, I'm letting the Kias take that. Do we have bananas? Squash. Okay. Hey, we got some interesting fruits up at the top. Sorry, vegetables. Whether they're fruits or vegetables, I've got them. They're up there somewhere. How about this? Non-meats. Squash aren't a meat. I think we'll all agree on that one. Aside from the squash people. If there are squashmen and squash women around, they might disagree. But they're not here right now to defend themselves. All right, olivine, hematite. All right, let's see where our hematite is. Annoyingly in the wall over here. Negative 46, so it's down a ways. Oh, it's just above here. All right, we'll worry about that later. We've got our anvil, hooray. And we're carving our way up. All right, what do we have on the walls? Gabbro, tetrahedrite, more gabbro. What we're looking for is anything soil. I know if we keep going up, we are eventually going to get to practically broken through to the outside world, so we might have to veer around. Andesite and gabbro. All andesite. Pyrite. Galena and andesite. Cobaltite. Here we go. Silt. Oh, just a tiny bit of it, though. All right, we're saving our world information. We've wasted an entire season, I'm guessing. Yeah, early autumn. Oof. All right, let's take a second here. All right, directly above us, no bueno. Let's take a side trip inward. All right, we need to come into about here. Let's designate this backwards. There. And we'll see what's above. Like, I see silt here, so maybe coming up this way might work. I wouldn't mind if all of our farming happened in this region. That's perfectly acceptable. I'll get the tree blocking our entrance chopped out of the way. I kind of like this as a dwarven entrance anyway, the chop sideways into the mountain. All right, what do we got here? Ah, andesite again. All right, let's start heading up. It is possible to just silt around the outside edges here, which would be really annoying. Might mean we need to go down to the caverns for water and arable. I was going to say land, but arable soil. All right, we're starting to see actual silt cavern floor here. Not a lot of it. Let's do some more cutting out. And we'll see how much of this turns out to be spots we can... Worst case, we'll plant a little bit. Actually, you know what? We're going to even start that right now. We're going to put in a workshop, and we'll just do a farm plot. There. All right, year-round, plump helmets. For now, that's all we care about. Plump. Plump helmets. All right, let's go to the kitchen. Plump helmets. Do not eat them. What else do we not want to eat? We're not cooking with any of the drinks. Passion fruits will also make drinks. Sweet potatoes will make anything that we can turn into a drink, we're not going to eat. And we've already got all the seeds. Not cooking. All right, for now, that's good. There will be future things we need to avoid. Ooh, we have peppers. It's a spicy fortress. Maybe we'll try to make a point of planting some peppers. Now we can come down into this area here, drop down, get some soil wet, close it back up, then have surface crops. Why are you sleeping there? Oh, because we don't have any beds at all. That's fair. All right, we're going to have some really tiny farm plots to start with. And I think that we probably are going to want to build down to the caverns. Because it looks like we just have a little strip around the outside here. It does look like we're going to be able to build some more of this farm plot. So, all right, everyone's just sleeping. Everyone's sleeping where they can get. What is this? Murky pool. Okay, this is just actual puddles. Nothing to worry about. Okay. Although it is a grim reminder of the winter hardships to come, the supply caravan from the avalanche of glorifying is a welcome sight. Oh my goodness. Their eyes are alight with the anticipation of inspecting the splendid products of your industrious crafts dwarves. Take careful stock of your own stores. What these merchants offer might very well be the difference between a prosperous future and a slow and meaningless death. However, I think because we started an existing world, we did not actually get our spring departure like we should have. I think we have gotten quite shortchanged on getting started off here. I think, well, first things first, we are going to build a trade depot. And see if we can at least get some trade. No idea what we're going to trade yet. We don't really have anything to trade. But we've gotten some rough red zircons. I mean, we haven't even built a workshop yet. We're trying to get our farms in place. Our dwarves are falling asleep in the fields amid their poorly planted plump helmets. We'll get some carpentry going. We'll get some beds made. Hopefully we'll stop sleeping on the floors. Even if we're sleeping in a hallway, we'll all be sleeping in the same hallway. Oh, diplomacy. Moses Iker Dragoth. I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. We don't really have a situation. We're here. We're under a mountain. The world is the same as ever. Well, that's not comforting. Honestly, I'd like the world to be doing better. All right, what do we need from you? Honestly, what do you have that you can give us? We have nothing. You have theoretically access to almost everything. We have not made a single thing. We have mined a little bit out of the walls. We could try to trade you some wood. Let's get an instrument or two. Let's see what our weird... Wow, long list this time. And I'll stick with going with odd-sounding ones. We'll go with an awl. And an urnut. What can we get for pets from you guys? You guys going to give us any good pets? Nope. Very, very normal pets. All right. They need quivers next time they're coming by. I don't think we're going to do you any favors on the quiver side of things. Just fair warning now. We get our trade depot built. We did. We're actually going to be able to trade. I have no idea what we're going to be able to trade. All right. Oh, okay. We can give them the rough red zircons. Fine. We'll try to give you the logs. And it's not much. Work on it, guys. Do something. We don't even have a broker assigned. All right. Let's get a broker. Oh, look. Bookkeeper. Oh, look, same person. And a manager. Oh, yeah, the one person with any skills at all. There we go. Glad we had this talk. They're going to need an office. We don't have anything. So, yeah, you'll get an office when we have any labor done. Trying to trade logs is pretty desperate, I'll admit. There are poor trade goods from a dwarven perspective. They're heavy. They need to be taken kind of one at a time. As you can see from the fact that there's still 40-something items to trade, and we've only got like 2,000 gold worth of trade value, period. Try to get some sneak previews of the stuff they've brought. Just look down here. Not seeing anything like crazy. If we can get a cage or two, give us a little head start on some defensive traps, that might be enough, honestly, at this point. We're going to get a few basic workshops set up. We're going to get a little dormitory set up. I keep saying barracks, but a dormitory set up. And we're going to head down to see if we can find the caverns. Then we'll build out from there. Hopefully this isn't a super deep. Oh, we know kind of. We kind of know it's at negative 14. And we're at 45 here. So, 60 layers down. Definitely dug deeper to find caverns. All right, 17 items remaining. These guys will hang around long enough for us to finish that. Brokers bringing items to the depot, which is better than we usually get out of dwarves. Sorry, out of brokers. Possibly, because they have no office in which to take a meeting. Yeah, we're running back and forth, doing laps outside. I figure 2 more laps for some people, 1 more lap for the rest. All right, you're bringing an item to the depot, so we're going to request a broker at the depot. You're taking a drink. And, all right, 3 items to go, 2 items to go. It's probably just 2 more logs, but we're still going to wait for them just in case. Like, you see our side of the table over here? It took me a stupidly long time to realize that the stuff you see on this right table is stuff that we're getting ready to offer them. All right, we can trade now. Now, one thing we have to watch out for is the allowed weight for them, which, whew, not much there. This wood is not going anywhere. Watch. They're over by 1,400 pounds. That's so sad. All right, this is not going to work out at all. So the logs are probably just going to stay in our trade depot. Whatever. They're indoors at least. And our zircons are only worth 500, not the 1,000 that we were seeing in the little estimate. So let's shop for 500-ish gold worth of stuff. All right, we're not taking bars yet, and we don't need gems or blocks. Chains, we started with some. Flasks. But yeah, let's spend everything we've got on a steel flask now. I love instruments, but we're not getting any instruments or pet. Oh, sorry, I said cages. All right, super good lead cage. Boo. Crappy tin cage. Yes. Copper cage. Yes. Cage with a cat in it. Still cheaper than a lead cage. So welcome to the fort, random female kitty. That definitely won't come back to bite us. Bee venom, no. I'm looking for the ones that cost 20 because they're cheap, but we're not looking for bee venom, but we will take milk. Bumblebee venom. Why does everyone want to sell us bee venom? Who is milking these bees for their venom? I really want to know about the collection of that venom. All right. Crossbows. We're not going to go heavy on ranged early this time. But we'll take 1 crossbow and a pick. Let's get 1 more pick for the guys. I'd love to get a couple breastplates, get a real defense on our guys, but we're not going to spend money on that. We're right about the limit for them to actually have a good profit from us. So unless something really interesting comes down, I think we're probably going to call it here. Anvils, yeah, prepared stuff. We have not ruined our plump helmet supply, so we're going to keep with that. And thread. Okay, 6 dwarf bucks for a little bit of thread just in case someone gets injured. Quivers, serrated discs, no. Menacing spike is tempting. Now, cheese, crutches, 1 leopard parchment sheet for 200. We can't really afford that. Let's just try to trade here. Sorry, who is milking the bees for their venom? Both a brand new sentence and also someone who'd never watched My Girl. I will cop to that one. I don't think I've ever seen My Girl. We don't have any books. There were no books there. There was one sheet of paper, and I don't think that's really the foundation of a good library. We'll do better than that. We're not in a position to start the library yet. Like, we don't even have a bed made. I don't mean like we're being slovenly about it. We like literally don't have a bed to sleep in. All right. Everyone back to work. What are people doing? Why do people have no jobs? We definitely have stuff that needs doing. Let's designate one more person as a miner. Expedition leader. Leaders should mine. If Nedrum Dragonhammer has taught us anything, the mines are a great place from which to lead a dwarven civilization. All right, how's this? Okay, we got planted fields up here. Let's get another farm plot set up. All right, start to carve this out. Is this our new miner? He's going slow. No, just our designated miners just aren't very good yet. We'll just have to kind of live through their learning curve. I appreciate they're mining out one room here, though. That's great. Let's get ourselves a carpenter. Ironically, the most important aspect of any dwarven fort, because you need it to make beds first thing. Migrants! I want to start like a new thing, like Meet the Migrants. Like, I'm thinking like creating a graphic for it. I don't know about a song or a noise, but all right, where did our migrants go? Do we only get 2? And where did they end up? Goodness. I missed their arrival, and I don't see which one's new. They jumped right in the fortress, which I always appreciate, but... All right, Bemble seems new. No, he's had a lot going on here. I didn't pay enough attention to our new 7. All right, so we did appear to only get 2 new arrivals, which is a little bit unfortunate. Would have liked to have gotten 4 or 5. But we'll do what we can. All right, let's make some beds. Put that on repeat. What are you doing there? No job. Let's get up to the... Oh, we should designate a spot for the farm, just so we don't lose track of it. All right, this is going to be farms, and we will give a couple workshops to them. Still. And where'd it go? Kitchen, there we go. All right, jumping right on those building instructions. All right, empty storage item. We'll brew drink from plant when we can. Let's get down here and wooden barrel. Whoops, back there again. What is going on? Why do they keep jumping out of there? There. let's get some more workshops. All right, we're going to want a mechanic, stoneworker, crafts, jeweler, and sort of a wild card, what we throw in the last spot over there. Let's get a butcher. Not a great place for a butcher. I'd rather have it somewhere ventilated, but time being, we're just looking to get a few basics going. Whoa, look at this place. Native copper, native gold. All right, we're just going to make a square around there. And this floor just might be our dormitory. Later on, maybe we'll do some more with it, but interesting. Yellow zircons that came right through the floor here. Hematite. This is a great floor too. Let's do a lower priority, and we'll just auto mine all that stuff. How far down do we go? We're down to 30. All right, so we're going to go, and we're going to build across. Build across. And we'll do an exploratory shaft. And we'll call it -15 because that should hit us our -14. We don't see the magma there anymore, but it should be there. It's just beyond our vision from where we've broken through to it. All right. And we're going to make ourselves a little manager's shop or manager's area. We're going to go down here. Rock table. Rock throne. Rock mechanisms. We'll make sure to get a lever and link that drawbridge at the entrance. Is our entrance drawbridge wood? It almost certainly is, right? Oh, rough gabbro bridge. Okay. Thank you guys for picking a durable material. I know that you only need a table for a dining room and only need a chair for an office, but both feel stupid without both. That's just a... I realize that's not a gameplay thing. That's just a hang-up. I will cop to that. We also need a door, which I also realize is optional. What the heck? Come on. There we go. One major pet peeve I've always had with this is when you select a new task, that it doesn't automatically put your cursor up here. I can click on any of these at any time, even if my cursor's in the field. Having the cursor not ready to type at that point always bothers me. All right, I did get the door there. All right. Let's get in here and get some beds designated. We have 16 beds available already? Oh my goodness. We'll put a stop to that in a second here. All right, and designate this dormitory. All right. What else do we want to make here? We'll make another couple wooden barrels. Make a bunch of wooden barrels, honestly. And then we'll make bins. I believe if you put two things on loop, it'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, rather than get stuck on the first one forever. All right, we're making mechanisms. I see mechanisms on the ground. Let's get... I think we just put the lever right there. And door. And a table. And a chair. This will be our manager's office. And now we have the most necessary part of the game. All right, we want to very easy meal. Hey, Sneaky Spudsworth, thank you for the raid. Welcome aboard. We are just starting a new fortress. Our last one was overrun by goblins when we, in our hubris, decided that 30 poorly equipped dwarves could take on 23 well-equipped goblins. Not that we could have done anything else about it, because they brought battering rams and our early real defense was a drawbridge. So we had a whole bunch of plans for defending the place, but we just hadn't gotten around to them. So we've got a new fortress here. And we are at the peak of a volcanic mountain. We'll be digging our way down and looking for the caverns soon, because we have no water and very little space to grow in. Actually, let's get this. Oh, we're out of plump helmet seeds. Now, they're all planted right now. So as soon as we start milling those out, actually, that's another one to get into the new manager's office. Let's do this little cave wheat, dimple cups, sweet paws. Just get everything moving. Pigtails. All right. Brew drink from plant. Anytime we have enough stuff to brew drinks from plants. And we will do the same with fruits. As we've been doing a decent job this time. Okay, not too many fermentables. But we did send a bunch of guys around to herb everything on the map while our miners got our entrance dug out. All right, what else are we going to want? Do we get their easy meals, plants? All right, let's get doors. Get our rock doors. We have fewer than 10. Get our, let's see, what is that? Rock coffer? Yeah. I basically have to remember what the various materials call their boxes and whatnot once per fortress, and then I could forget again till next fortress. Empty rock cabinets. Trying to think. Mechanisms, the other one to keep up. Oh, Spudsburst, thanks for the follow, and have a nice night. Let's see. Rock mechanisms. I think that overrides down in the workshop. Just double check. You just turn that off. Repeat. You're making your barrels and bins. Great. Oh, here's the one. Rock mugs. Cut gems. Encrust furniture with cut gems. There we go. Sorry, not furniture. Let's clear that. Finished goods. There we go. That's the one. Okay. I know I've always forgotten stuff, but that's a lot of basics that we'll definitely need. Setting up all the squads and armor and clothing, that can happen later. Somebody is fighting. Always ominous. All right, started our downward journey. Clear tourmalines down here. Since we have no other source of water, we don't have an aquifer on this tile, and we don't have any rivers or lakes or anything. We will be looking for the caverns as both a source of water and hopefully some nice arable moss. All right, we'll leave him alone. All right, you've brought some... Oh, hey, no sooner. Discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. All right, let's pause and have a look at that. Okay, so we broke through at -5 and at -6. Looks like we've got mud right here. All right, so what do we have? We've got our throat of our volcano off to the side there. And these twisty-turny little caverns, which one of those things I keep trying to fix in my world gen settings, but end up keeping from successfully generating a world because of them. I don't know. One of the things that I haven't spent enough time trying to debug to really say I've given it everything I've got. All right, not really very interesting first cavern layer, if I'm being honest. I don't see any water. I mean, obviously there could be water off to the sides beyond view here. Let's back ourselves up. All right. Do we want to explore this, or do we want to go around it and look for a better cavern? I say we go and look to see where we can hit down. Looks like this spot, kind of where my cursor is, may punch through. So let's get back up here. And let's just go to -30. There, and we'll just do a little connection. And see what we can find there. Because it's one thing having a cavern layer just for the sake of having it and being able to go down. It is nice that we could go down there and build some farms, but I want to also be able to have some water. Just pump some water into a cistern, keep the fortress from, dying of thirst. We still have 27 drinks for 9 dwarfs, so we're okay for a bit. We started this fort in an existing world, and I think it screwed up the timing on our first trade caravan. It came way too soon. We had nothing done, so we traded them very little. We found a few gems in the walls, traded those, and that was about all we got out of them. All right, barracks looking good. No, it doesn't, but it exists, which is more than it used to do. All right, we got a little bit planted over here, maybe. And you are brewing. Excellent. Yeah, a little bit of everything. Oh, nice. You're coming back over and planting. That's great. I love the fact that he just brewed, ended up with seed spare, and rather than just throw them in a stockpile somewhere, went and immediately planted them. That's great. We have a human crossbowman visiting. That's interesting. We have visitors really early. I hardly had any visitors in my last fortress. World map-wise, we are kind of surrounded by a crescent moon of goblins to the north, east, and south. We've got our volcano here. Aha. Discovered an expansive underground cavern again. So this should be hopefully cavern 2. That was the second. That was the first one here. Come on, let's get with the program, game. Yeah, the other one, please. Fine. We'll go look for it ourselves. Okay. Well, that's not far at all. We're at what, -8, -6 over this way, and we've got -14 here. This is looking a little bit more promising. Do we have water, though? Oh, can't say there isn't water, but it's not looking good. Is there such a thing as a tile with absolutely no water? No aquifer, no river, no lake, no ocean, whatever, and nothing down in the caverns. How odd. A lot of space up in this one, though. I like this geography. This is a top part of the map, I'm guessing. We could definitely come down here and do something with this cavern. What we can't do is wash our dwarves off. So let's come back over. Wow, I barely caught the cavern there. I came so close to missing cavern layer 2. Look where this was dug. If I'd been like 1 square, no, 2 squares south of that, we would have missed it entirely. And speaking of which, I think we're going to go 2 tiles down and miss it entirely. Let's go down and find 3. Let's go down to 40. Now, I'll explore the other caverns if I have to, if they're, water off in a corner somewhere that we can, try to make some use of. But I'd rather find it just nearby where I come out of the caverns. These guys are not going to survive long term if we don't get water. Oh, another human. Is it the same guy? Human crossbowman? No. It'd be nice if they wanted to explore the caverns for us. All right. Oops. Okay, we've got a little bit of cave wheat growing, I think, there. Yeah. And rotted seeds, so. But we have this amount now, so we'll work on that. Brew drink from plant, great. All right, everyone's keeping busy, which is good. I don't think we've locked in our entrance yet, so let's get that linked up. I've discovered a deep pit. That message came up twice. Let's get that. All right, build link to lever. Let's go check out our deep pit. All right, this just seems to have given us some more visibility over here. Yes, I'm already at that one. Is there a convenient way to get to the second one in a list? No. Anyway. Let's see if we can just check down our... There's our potential hole here. Did he break through? Is that what we got a notification about for real? No. He's about to run out of his assigned task to get down to -40. And I think I'm going to give him some more to do there. Keep heading down to -70. I mean, we have 2 cavern levels right next to each other, so it'd be nice if the third one was also not that far apart, but definitely there's a -70 because we've got magma and the ability to designate down here. All right, what do we have still on the surface? Some sandbags, thread, quiver, a little bit of cloth. All in all, not too bad. All right, let's designate out some actual bedrooms. Let's get to our dormitory level, and we'll make some... We'll leave this as a dormitory in the middle, but we'll make some stairways coming off. Sorry, not stairways, but branched corridors coming off. Oh, hey, there we go. All right, our aggressive search for the caverns seems to have paid off. Let's see if it's actually worth it. Shouldn't there have been a thing? All right, well, let's just go and manually find that. How far down do we have to go? Okay, does not look like he actually found the caverns. That's bizarre. Are we just getting more notifications about cavern level 2? Some nice native gold here along the way. I don't know why we got a notification for that popping up, and then there wasn't a new notification in this list. I do see where it says expansive cavern deep underground ×3 now, but there also doesn't seem to be a spot where our guy dug through. Like, one or the other's got to happen. I do appreciate that our drinks are going up. All right, he gave up and got tired, so let's head back up to the cavern, or the main fortress. What is everyone doing in there? All right. One guy digging, one miner planting, one drinking. I don't mind you drinking. That's fine. You do need to survive. All right, let's get this cut out. And we're not going to do fancy for our early dwarves. We get 2x2s. And we get 10 dwarves, 9 dwarves, whatever. We'll do 10 bedrooms. Let's see. There. And we should have enough doors and beds and... Oh, do we have beds designated? We might not, actually. Let's... Nope, we don't have beds. I like this. Make bed. Doesn't have a million options. Just make some beds. We have fewer than 10 beds. Make some beds. Oh, we also want to make stone blocks. Rock blocks? Yeah. And if rock blocks is less than 400, I don't care. We want tons of blocks. We'll use them for everything. It keeps the fortress clear of random debris, as well as just about anything. It just speed everything up. Now, I'll want more stoneworkers' workshops to keep up with that, but for the time being, oh man, these people with their native copper bedrooms. We will take his bedroom walls away from him at some point, whoever ends up here, but in the meantime, we'll deal with that. Let's see. Doors. Insufficient stockpiles for the stone. Oh, come on, stockpiles. Just let them all build up in the workshops. That's my style. It shouldn't be, but it is. What we can do, though, is make a little stockpile over here that we're going to put, let's see, furniture. And it'll just be for beds boxes. And cabinets. And we'll build another stockpile here. And no metal bars, no clay. Hold on, we want blocks of stone clay, yes. There. Just so that we can do flooring projects down here and not get held up by such long travel times. Now, I could just start throwing furniture in here and making bedrooms, but we are going to try to floor them first. Lucifer, good night. We'll probably be wrapping up here shortly. Actually, no, we got a little ways to go. Sorry. Can't read a clock anymore. But we're going to put down flooring for these people. You got a dormitory. You go straight to a nice bedroom. All right, let's go back to figuring out where that third cavern level went. I'd like to be ability to just type in what floor level I want to go to, but zoom we go way down. All right, we got our way to 70. Now, it's possible, again, we missed, but since there's still so much down here, I tend to usually give credit to the third cavern level for being just above the magma sea. All right, negative 129. We're going to head down. We're going to see how far it takes us. If we miss and we hit the magma sea, fine, we'll back up and we'll try again. Magma sea is not a bad place, but we do need water, and that's not the place for it. Why are there sweet potato seeds in your office? There's nothing you should have been doing in your office that resulted in sweet potato seeds. I don't think they're like sunflower seeds where they're like a weird little snack. All right, drinks are going up. Food's kind of hovering. Interesting. We have this cashew tree trunk showing as warm. Yeah, that's the warm icon on there. I don't know why that's showing up like that. Maybe cashews are just naturally heat producing. All right, we have a bucket up here. Taking the thread indoors. All right, let's start working on some. Actually, I say start working on some. We actually are working on some bedroom projects. All right, let's get more workshops put in up here in the workshop district. And we said that, okay, right above that, above here is that. All right, so we don't really have a great system for stockpiles. So we'll put the stockpiles in just behind them. Now we could come down here and we could put some pumps on this level and pump magma out without having to worry about magma pressure. We can let it drop down one level, or however many levels we need to get below our production here. But that sounds like a lot of work. I think we're just going to be really dangerous about it. Actually, we'll go down below this residential level and work below it so that we can put magma level underneath it. We'll also do breakthroughs to those, a little bit lower priority so that people dig out the workshops first. All right, get a carpenter's workshop. I don't think we need to double up on that one. Let's All right, let's get a tanner in behind there. Mechanics workshop, I think we don't need to double up on either. Let's get a bowyer. We will make some crossbows. Jeweler we do want to double up on. Butcher, not right now. Crafts and stoneworkers, we will double up on both. And what do we want to put next to the butcher? This is all temporary. I do want to build lower in the fortress later on, but I want to make sure that we're not doing anything too stupid in the meantime. I don't think we need any clothing early on, but let's put a loom just in case. That'll let us spin thread to cloth in an emergency if we need a help a guy with a strange mood. All right, now. One thing we said we're going to do is make a defensive fortification here. All right, let's kill that stockpile. That was just to get our anvil off the surface. And we're going to make... Let's see. We're going to filter people over and force them to come through a convoluted mess. We're going to put a drawbridge over here. And that'll force them to come through this way when that's raised. I'll build this a little bit deeper here, and we'll have some attackers placed behind here. We'll have fortifications. And we might even drop this down, channel this all out, force them to come around underneath somewhere before we let them back into the line of fire at some point. Not sure how we'll do that yet. Maybe we'll use the method I was going to do last time, where I'll have the top be twisting path back and forth, and then they go down to the bottom, and then they can get shot some more, hopefully. We'll see if that works out. But meantime, we'll just have this chopped out. We'll carve these fortifications. Don't know what priority on our mining is. Where are these guys? Oh, they're probably working on those large, yeah, the stockpiles over here. All right, let's get this designated. Actually, that's crazy. Let's cancel that. Let's do, okay, we've got stone workers here. So we're going to create a stone stockpile. Let's see, stone, just, I think I'll, now, let's get, not metal ores. Not clay, and not economic, just non-economic stone. We're going to want, I guess we'll do a bone stockpile over here, just a small one. And toll corpses. Where's bone come under? Not refuse. Oh, it is bone. There we go. Bones. Clear that. All bones. And shells? Yeah, we'll leave that for now. See how that works out for us. All right, they're starting to carve this out. And on this side, we'll end up with some gem stockpiles. Leather stockpile, some wood. We'll put a decent-sized wood stockpile over here. We'll do cloth. And I think a finished goods stockpile over here, or a furniture stockpile. That does not have beds, boxes, or cabinets in it, because that's where the other ones will be placing theirs. All right. Must have 2 more doors by now. We have 9. Do we have flooring made yet? What materials do we have a lot of? Gabbro. Whoops. Just make it Gabbro floors. There. Nice uniform building there. And once people are done carving out this area, that should hopefully work. I have discovered a magma pool. Alrighty. Did it at least tell me where that is? I have. Alright. Native 23? Oh. Oh, that's Vince Underlichen. Oh my goodness, this is Cavern level 3. How bizarre. We have so much other area. All right, let's... All right, there's more Underlichen there. I hope that's not everything for Cavern 3. I don't even know how we saw that, frankly. Oh, you can actually just look down from Cavern level 2 here. Okay, so Cavern level 2 and 3 connect in this northwestern corner up here. I still don't see where it said I struck magma. Discovered a magma pool. I don't know. The notification seems just a little bit wonky. I did say to go all the way down here. So let's just see if this prompted that message and we just get dealt or directed elsewhere. Okay, now this makes more sense. I don't know how we saw that there. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm confused. Bear with me. Native gold down here, but negative... Oh, is it Warmstone? Why do we stop? I designated all the way down to negative 129, I thought. Interesting. It won't let me designate down semi-molten rock. Aha. Okay. So this is kind of the bottom here. Let's just dig out around this and see if there's anywhere else we can go down. But that might be our limit. You know, without actually like finding the magma sea. And eventually we will give our guys time to go, you know, dig out this 3 priority snaky entrance cavern. Has anyone built this yet? That exists. Okay. Yeah. We'll get ourselves another lever and we'll connect it to the other one. Oh, we're going to want to build crossbows. Oh, we don't have anything to make crossbows out of. No. Let's go, hold on. Let's go back here. Let's look at... where's the Boyer workshop? Wooden crossbow. Okay, we can make them out of wood. That's fine. That's more than fine. And crossbows less than 10. Oh, let's make 20 of the stupid things. Enough for 2 squads. We don't have that many dwarves yet, but we'll plan ahead. And can we make rock bolts? No, we really are. Okay, let's make them out of... Let's make wooden bolts. They're bad. We'll get them upgraded later, but we need to shoot something at some stuff. And bolts less than 500. I can make it 20 at 5 at a time. That's only 20 logs worth. Plenty of logs around. Speaking of logs... Oh, still haven't finished carving this out. I distracted them at the bottom of the map. I really got to make a mark down there so we don't have to scroll every time. I will do that this time. We're going there just to mark the bottom of the world. All right. Bottom of the world. All right. And just checking, can we mine out right there? So we can't mine out right where that stairwell is, but that might not be the only... that might not be the case everywhere. Semi-molten rock again. It does look like we're a little bit stuck here. So we'll need to find other places or figure out where the magma sea went. All right. A bunch of animals are giving birth to things. Their own species is fine. Other species would be weird. All right. All right. No seeds for any of the seasonal crops available at this point. That's unfortunate. And what do we have? Creepy crawler remains. All right, we need just a dumping stockpile outdoors. All right, no one's building this floor, which is a little bit odd. What is everyone working on? Make wooden crossbow mechanisms, making wooden bolts. Rock doors, no job for the gem setter. Probably haven't found a lot of gems. All right, well, they're busy for the most part. Sleeping in the barracks is fine. We'll be sleeping in a bed in your own room if you build one. A little surprised we haven't got another migrant wave yet. Might also be related to the timing. We might have missed a migrant wave of, like, quote unquote missed. Like, I think you're supposed to get both guaranteed migrant waves before the first trade caravan comes. But that has not been our case. All right. We're going to go down here. This is going to be our magma service. We're going to make a moderate number once we finish saving. Moderate number of magma-friendly spots. Actually, we don't need that 1 priority. Let's do a 4 priority, and we'll change that once we've got some other stuff going on. We'll connect these as needed. We'll probably start with the ones out in the corners here. Now, level below this, we're going to have magma below here. we're going to have people digging over there. And from this level, all right. So we're going to want to come underneath this. And we're going to dig out. That's all fine right there. We're going to come underneath and we're going to dig out from below that. So we're going to need to come down from here. So we're going to build ourselves access. And we'll come mine all this out. Below this, we'll come up here. And let's see, this one's actually going to be channeled out. There we go. And that'll make this a ramp. And we'll build a bridge over it. And then we'll come underneath and we'll mine out these 3 spots from beneath here. So this needs to have access over here. Let's do 1 priority and a 4 priority there. All right. And then that'll get magma under here safely, quote unquote safely. Got to make sure that my bridge is made from magma safe material and that I don't flood the entire fortress like I've done in so many fortresses before. I'll try to remember to come in here and wall this off just in case before I actually let everything loose. We'll put a door in there and put a wall behind the door, that sort of thing. It is a little distressing that nobody is working on the flooring or putting doors in. What is everybody up to? Brewing, making stuff, making rock cabinet, making wooden sleeping, drinking, making rock cabinet. Harvesting plants is fine. A lot of people are interested in making wooden bolts. So I am definitely going to have a crossbow squad. But also milling or mining this out would be good. We had a crewman crossbowman fighting. Looks like fighting a honey badger. Just fighting over on the edge of the map there. Okay, well, if you want to stop by my fortress and fight honey badgers, I have no objections. Saw purple in the walls. One of the stairwells below your magma zone. Was it gems, some kind of purple ore? Let's go look. So below my magma level. So below where I'm planning on doing this.
Right there.
I don't see purple in the walls anywhere here.
Nope.
This? That's not purple. Up?
It was the screen before when I said there.
This? Oh, this corner. Allanite?
No, it was in the walls.
This.
There.
Allanite. It is purple and it is pretty. It actually does make nice colored stuff. And noticing that we have it, we're actually probably going to take some of it out just mining down here. We can intentionally go after some of it. But like so many times before, we have come up and not made any pretense of a real defense. This time we'll have some real defenses. I don't know that we've checked any of the levers that we put in. Let's just double check that this works. Okay, that one worked. And lower it. Sorry. Oh, I'm to destroy those logs. Yep. So I was like, ah! I was just innocently carrying logs through, and next thing I know, the drawbridge is up. I drop the logs, bam, logs are gone. Someone's dumping all kinds of seeds in the manager's office. Is this like some sort of very, very subtle workplace protest? Like, I'm not getting it if they are. Like, you just stop by the manager's office with a bunch of seeds. If he's not there, you leave them on his desk or on his chair, even. That more seems like a prank. A lot of passion fruit seeds. Let's go plant some stuff on the surface. Even if we can't keep this long term because it's undefended, let's just get some farms up here. Doesn't matter if I get it, imagine if the manager gets it, the joke isn't for me. Well, yeah, but everything kind of here is for us, the viewers from above, looking down on the dwarven civilization to see what shenanigans they get up to. Like, if you think about it, none of it matters if we don't get it. They don't know a lot of things. Oh, we've made a masterpiece pomelo wood barrel. Well, how nice is that? All right, we started putting in some flooring. That's better. Don't know what the holdup had been, but clearly someone's gotten over their issue. Maybe. All right, suspend manager enabled, please. Blocked by unmovable item. It's not that unmovable. It's a rock. You guys move them all day, every day. It's one of your defining characteristics as a species. You move rocks. Be proud. Move the rock. See? This guy's doing it. I'm just going to throw a few beds in. I was hoping to get all of these done at once, but just to get 4 bedrooms designated. There. 4 dwarves can be happier than the rest. And while we're at it, we can get them their chests and cabinets. All right, how's the bottom of the world looking? Nothing going on down here anymore? Probably forget about this. I'm really disappointed in all of our caverns, just for the record. We're going to have to do some shenanigans to figure out how to get water. I'm not even... There's got to be water on one of those caverns. And we're going to have to punch some holes elsewhere to maybe find out where. So let's get... Oops, let's get a single line there. Where'd we lose that? I just missed my designation. What's going on here? All right. We want to explore over this way. Let's bring some... Oh, we can't get to there here. Let's cancel that. Here we go. From over here, let's just dig up and out. And out that way. It should, I think, expand our view. It's kind of cool that the walls of the volcano poke through down here. What are miners up to? Store item in stockpile, construct building, making... Why is everybody not mining? You should be mining, mining, mining if you're assigned to mining. It's not like there's not mining to do. Wonder if I made this a maze of fortifications that my guys could just shoot through and make them snake their way all through. I wonder if that would work. I believe fortifications are completely transparent. It's not like there's an actual slot you have to aim through. I believe they're just an ammunition permeable membrane. Oh, getting a nice bed too made. All right. Yeah, all of our mining has stopped. Sleeping is fine. Constructing a building, though. What do you... Oh, you're constructing floors. That's what you're calling a building. Now, at least it'll be done this soon. There's not many of them left. Oh, you did the door. That's fine. Doors, floors, whatever. You can designate some more beds. While you guys mess around not mining. Like, the fortress is essentially a mined out structure. If you're not mining, my fortress isn't growing. Oops, I missed one cabinet there. Sorry, one chest there. We could be a doomed fortress. If we have absolutely no way to get water, we could be in a lot of trouble. Like, where's our... All right, we get some stuff over here. I actually can't see down there. There may be more to this cavern layer. All right, let's come over here to 3. Oh, that's too many. There. See if we can take a peek over there, see what's better. Let's call this Cavern 3. Alright, suspended construction of floor seems to have been fixed. Suspended managers enabled. They'll fix that immovable item eventually. And we've got 8 beds for 9 people, so if 2 of you could start a romantic relationship, we could solve that immediately. Otherwise, we can wait for 2 more bedrooms that are in progress. Despise seeing people carry out a mining pick to do mundane, non-mining tasks, though. Means that there aren't enough mine jobs designated, or they're not doing them. And the last one's the one we've got. All right. You're carrying something heavy, it looks like. Gabbro. Why are you carrying Gabbro? Should have been Gabbro blocks. I think that's why we're getting in trouble here. I think we're using just regular rough Gabbro block floor. Yeah. No, block floor. It shouldn't be rough. It should just be gabbro block floor. Oh, we do have gabbro blocks. All right, we'll be a little more careful the next time we designate stuff. Oh, we have obsidian blocks. That's nice. Didn't notice we had... It makes sense. We've got a volcano. There'll be obsidian around. Kimberlites. Sounds like we probably shouldn't be making blocks out of kimberlites, the stuff we use for pottery. But I don't really do pottery. All right, let's get the last 2 beds. And, oh, I don't think I designated any of the others as actual bedrooms yet either. So we'll designate all of these as bedrooms. And then get some people moved in. Yeah. There we go. More bedrooms than people. Don't say I never did anything for you dwarves. All right, let's just clear that. There's a lot of clutter in that list. All right, haven't made our way down here yet. Have we started any of this stuff? No. What are our miners up to now? Dig, okay. All right, finishing this up. That's not a problem at all. We need a bunch of stockpile space over here. Giant stockpile for wood. And we'll do 50-50 here of rough gems. Oops. And cut gems. I've been admonished to try to do a little better on this fortress with general stockpile management. And thus, I'll be trying to do more with stockpile management. I just work like that. We're going to want to build siege materials. So, you know what? Is the siege thing 5x5? Let's do a little 5x5 spot over here. And we'll build siege parts, build our siege weapons here. Appreciate they're finally getting to this part. Oh, brew drink repellent, need empty food storage item. All right, let's build rock pots. And we will build those anytime. Whoops. Anytime. Empty large pots, less than 10. We don't want our food or drinks held up by the fact that we don't have a place to put them when they're done. We do seem like we need some more sources of food. And I'm really hesitant to let them eat the plump helmets. They're just too valuable as a drink source. Hungry, little turkey leg over his head. All right. Got all this area designated. We do have a lot of places for bolts that we're going to need, but we're going to place those in here. Even if we have to open this up afterwards, we want to have a lot of bolt storage. Yeah, running short on materials for easy meals. All right, let's go back to the surface and do another sweep for herbs. Oh, colony of honeybees. Nice. We can do meat again on this fortress if we put the effort in. What do we have? Dimple cups this sea? Sweet pods. Sweet pods. All right. I'll do a low priority job to expand this a little bit. Our caverns have been so disappointed that we may need to do more farming up here. More good barrels. More kittens, more puppies. Rock block's been completed. Cobalt and brimstone. These gem cut gems. All right, let's do polished stones. Do those if stone boulders is greater than, let's call it 50. Yeah, we have tons and tons and tons of stone boulders, but we have a real surplus. Make a few of them into phony gems just for the practice and to make things a little nicer. All right, summer arrived on the calendar. Cobaltite and brimstone, huh? Oh, just in this area. Whatever, that's fine. Those aren't that interesting. You don't really need to tell me about brimstone. Yes. You'd cut gems. All right, we've discovered a magma pool. Let's see what that means this time. Doesn't seem to be really telling us. I really don't know what is going on with that message. It should jump me to somewhere, but there's no message here. Let's see, what do we have? No, this hasn't broken through yet, so I was hoping this would scout us some more of this cavern 3 over here. Like, this is still a dead end. Where are guys? All right, our miners are storing an item, making a rock pot, and making a wooden bin. I don't think you guys know how mining works. I guess you're also a competent stone carver. Fair, I guess. All right, what are the others doing? Making wooden thingy. You're a dabbling carpenter and a novice woodcrafter, but you're an adept miner. It's not like it's your best characteristic. And making a rock pot. You are not anyone who should be making rock pots. I don't see any type of stone skills on your chart here. Making a rock pet. That would have been fun. Maybe when we get the magic patch, we could do something about making our own pets out of rock. That would be pretty cool. I haven't heard anything about that, though, so I wouldn't get my hopes up on that front. I miss having 20 dwarves so that we can actually have strange moods hit. So hoping that our next visit is more fruitful. Actually, let's also get encrust furniture with polished stones. There we go. Stone cut gems greater than 10. No, greater than 2. There. Make some nice furniture. What's how I get in trouble when strange moods hit when I use up all my stuff, when I don't have things lying around. Look at my stockpiles. I got plenty of things. Like overflowing with wood and cut and uncut gems and non-economic stone. It's everywhere. Like, I have a lot of projects that could use some mining that aren't polishing stones, making wooden bins, or storing items in stockpile. Like, there are other people who can do those things. Letting them encrust everything with gems. I'm letting them encrust everything with phony rock gems. Like, they're just taking like gabbro and andesite and whatever and just chipping them into gem shapes and making things look cool. I'm encrusting finished goods that we can trade them, and that will help us actually generate some fortress wealth. In the meantime, we'll get some cool beds and whatnot. I'm not sure what pyrite counts as. It'd be fun to make fake gems out of fake gems. Let's see. We have a human here to trade with us. On behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me extend greetings to your people. There's much to discuss. This is Nilti Nyorzalem. Nyorzamel. All right, what do we want from humans? We want animals. Where are pets? There we go. What will you trade us? Look at this. Carnosaurus. Archaeopteryxes. Velociraptors. What else do we have in here? Ooh, plesiosaurus. No, we're not getting plesiosaurus. We don't even have water. We haven't found water yet. We're not going to make an aquarium. Megalodon. No, Megalodon is definitely a another fish. Thera something. I'll go back and look for the Thera something. Dogs, cats, donkeys. Okay, this is all normal looking stuff down this way. Whoa. Megatherium. Quetzalcoatlus. Pygmy mammoths. Rhamphorhynchus. Titanoboa. That sounds like a big snake. I'm just saying it out loud. That sounds like a big snake. Mated pair of Quetzalcoatlus. I don't know if they're any useful though. I like to, if we're gonna trade for, like, I'll take what I get as far as, you know, it shows up here. But if we're actually gonna trade for them, I'd like it to be of some theoretical value, because they're not gonna be cheap. Let's go back up. What was that? Thera something. Heliopocorn, Thorkeets, masked lovebirds, Hallucigenia. Therizinosaurus? I don't know what those are. You don't either. Okay. They sounded cool. You know, okay, that's good enough reason. You think they sound cool. We'll get two, or ask for male and female Therizinosaurus, and if they're any good, we'll breed them. They'd like leather water skins and ash. If I remember that, maybe we'll make them some ash. Let's see what we've got for trade goods, though. Finished goods bin. There we go. 3,000. Finished goods bin, 1,000. Native opal gold cabochons. Oh my god. No. Okay. I will trade those. We're gonna stop this crap. That polished stone order is not to be made of precious metal ore. That's not how that system works. Oh my god. Well, at least we've caught this fairly early. All right, let's get that there, and let's get this polished stone thing under control here. All right, what can we do here? Let's just use gabbro. Just polish some gabbro. Yeesh. They look like feathered velociraptors, and they have ridiculous claws. Whatever. If they breed quickly, maybe they're still worth having lots of for war training purposes. Maybe we'll have the training area for them in the opening to our fortress. But what if they kill you? They're tame. You buy them tame. Like, that's the whole point of dinosaurs. This is the Flintstones. The dinosaurs are tame, and they are just like other beasts of burden and war animals. You could say the same about buying tigers. Maybe you do. Wait a minute. Oh, there's stuff already in the depot? That didn't take long. Great. Let's request a broker. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Markall. All right, 6,000 gold worth of stuff. We'll pull some back if they don't have enough to trade us. We don't want rough gems or boulders. We got plenty of logs of our own. All right. Orcabone Ika. We'll take that. It's inexpensive enough. We don't have any children yet. Opabinia. Do we know what an opabinia is? For 40, it probably isn't that great, but we're going to find out. Goat's milk, horse's milk. Sure, we'll buy some cheap barrels with milk in it. Get us a little bit of food variety or drink variety, depending on whether we cook it. We don't need a crazy good bucket. Or human-sized weapons. I'll take a copper pick just to add out the potential for miners, even though we have 9 people and 3 of them are miners, and most of them don't do mining. All right, a lot of stuff here. Whoops, we don't want the tunics. Robes, shoes, sandals. Oops, sorry, stop quickly on stuff. All right, we'll take a buckler. Actually, we'll take the cheaper shield also. I'll get a bronze helm. Not buying your gloves or mittens. Coffee beans. Oh, coffee bean dye. No. Prickleberry seeds. Flour. It's a lot of money for flour. What is this guy? Some sort of like boutique bakery trying to sell flour for that much? All right, I'll buy a couple cloth bins. I guess we'll buy a cloth bin and a leather bin. We don't need figurines. Oof, silver bolts are expensive. Let's buy the bronze ones, though. Also expensive, but affordable. Buying human anvils just feels so wrong. But we'll pick up a couple just so we don't have to make them. If we get that magma area worked out soon, maybe we can make use of that. And plus, we're doing pretty good trading here. How much is all your meat? Not all that much. Your fish. Yep. Plants. It doesn't even look like that much. That's fine. We'll buy out all your plants, your leaves, your fruit. Passion fruits, sure. A little bit of thread never hurt to keep around. No secondhand loincloths, thank you. Keep them. I'll buy some cheap quivers. Not buying trap parts. Cheese is dangerous. Let's see how much cheese we can afford. Oh, you didn't bring that much cheese. All right, we'll buy it all. I'll get cheap crutch. Do we want to buy parchment yet? Well, we have a lot of money to spend. Let's do it. Long term, good investment. Short term, oh, actually, we have too much. I'd rather that trader profit be green, so they bring us better stuff later. Let's get the more expensive. Yeah. We can leave the giraffe parchment out of it. It's probably all splotchy anyway. All right. Now, let's hope they stop making our gold into funny little gems and let us develop our actual industries first. All right, we have some fields up here for surface crops. Let's get passion fruit, barley, lungland grass. All right. And let's do millet, passion fruit, prickleberries. And passion fruit. Let's just get a whole bunch of passion fruit from this little patch up there. And if we get driven out of here eventually because it's dangerous to do... Okay, why are 4 dwarves planting stuff? There. Only select to do this. That'll stop the miners from getting involved. Look at all this mining left to do. You're off there trying to plant passion fruit seeds. I went and I took that job that was for making fake stone gems, and I did it to just Gabbro, I think. So they shouldn't be able to use that, use anything but Gabbro for that job. I wish there was a designation to just use non-economic stone, and that would be fine. But I don't think I've ever seen them do that before. What are you doing? You're polishing Gabbro. See? This guy gets it. Repairing easy mail, polishing Gabbro, and making rock tables. Oh, that was one of my miners. Everyone wants to be some other profession. I remember back in the day when the best job you could give a dwarf was mining. Now, you let a dwarf be a miner, and they're off there polishing stones and cooking. Look at this guy. Eating when he could be mining. Making rock blocks when he could be mining. Encrusting furniture with stuff. Could be mining. Hobby farmers. Look at this. Carpenter with no job. You could be eating while this guy mines. You gotta divide up the labor. You just assign like 2 or 3 very hungry dwarves to do all your eating for everyone. Oh, so we can take this. You do not need to be at the trade depot anymore. Like we did trade already, right? Yeah. A nice cozy little bunker here. Being really nice to see someone getting back to some mining work, but that seems to be too much to ask. At least this is a cook polishing Gabbro. Faint yellow diamond? Ooh. This is an interesting situation here. Let's mark this. This is one of those mysterious 3x3 spots with valuable gems in the corners. I don't know when we'll get good access to this. But oh, ho, 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 ho. We found our water. Nice. So one of our little exploratory digs might have come through, or we just finally got off our asses and looked around a little bit. All right. So treasure, yes, but bigger treasure, the water. All right. We will Let's see, is that obsidian there? Let's designate that for smoothing. And we'll do that at 1. Whoop, that's not... Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Cancel. Smooth. Okay, so we don't have access to that spot, or someone would have been jumping on that almost immediately. But emeralds, blue diamonds, black diamonds, faint yellow, like all of these. There's 2 spots of obsidian around it. Everything else is valuable gems. So we're going to want to come down, and we're going to want to break through probably this structure here, and then come down below and above, below especially, I guess, because it's easier, and build out our main fortress, I think. That may include getting back into the obsidian manufacturing business. I don't want to commit to anything yet because we've had some disasters with fortresses. But I think that this is going to be our at least access area to make a cistern, and then that would be where we build a hospital. We'll then chop out some areas of the cavern, and we'll put our whatever those are, the little feathered velociraptors we're getting, and other various assorted creatures. Kunzite cluster. A lot of nice stuff down here, though. It's not the edge of the map, so there is stuff we can't see over here. We will come down, and we will... Let's get ourselves, actually, a stairwell. We're going to build a nice stairwell. Right about there. We'll come off the sides. Actually, decent access to the other cavern level over there, too. And let's see, where do we come across some of our other fortress elements here? There. And let's build across. There. And this will bring us down to cavern level 2, which will be our main access point for the caverns. We'll build up and down from there if we need to, but 2 is going to be where we're going to head out. Don't see a lot of webs around here, so... Oh, actually, over here, a bunch of webs. Nice. So we'll be able to collect some webs, do some silk farming. Be good for the economy. Although, one thing I am going to do, I'm bumping the priority on this to 1, just so we get our basic defenses. You know, once people decide that they're back in the mining business. I thought you were going in there to mine. Who are you? You're not even... You're a human hammerman. I don't know what you get. You got lost in this little corridor here. I will say that we're cleaning up the stone we're mining out nicely. Probably because we're doing so much other stuff instead of mining. What is everyone up to? Sleeping, sleeping, fine. Harvesting plants. No, don't harvest plants. You are expedition leader, Asob. Expedition leader. I don't even see you on this list. You are not one of our planters. Plant gatherers? All right, let's... Farmer and Bemble. Because we don't want everyone doing all of this. This is just too much. People are diverting from their key tasks. All right. I don't know if that one thing is going to do it, but... oh, we have migrants. All right. We are going to be calling it for tonight, but we will greet the migrants first. So we have Dakost, sorry, the weaver. Always some weaving to be done. Mebzuth Nishtaral is an appraiser. I don't really care about the fish because we don't. Well, I guess we did find some water now. Ushrir, a gem cutter. Okay, you could do some gem. He's a lot of little skills too. She's got so. Okay, this is the far northeastern corner of the map they're on. And they're zipping off. Okay, so other people come in. Etur, the leather worker. Zaneg, a mason. All right. Oh, and a novice record keeper. Weaponsmith. There we go. A stray donkey. That's not who I was trying to click on. Oh, that's a gem cutter again. We're up to 16 dwarves. Any more coming? It turns out Egg's still hanging around here. That may be it. 16, though. Not bad. That's 7 more dwarves than we had before, nearly doubling the size of the fort. We're going to want to carve them out some more bedrooms. We're going to want to get ourselves down to the 2nd cavern level. And we're going to want to complete our defensive fortifications before anyone tests them. And we'll be doing all of that next time. Let's find out who's still streaming Dwarf Fortress tonight and see if we can go pay them a visit before I turn in for the evening. So go find us a raid and then we will move over.
I feel like I'm getting nowhere. talk to this one. Hello. Hello, it is good to see you. Do you know Snang? I don't know them. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Hello, welcome in, Arthur. And yes. Hell yeah. I'm still trying to figure out anything about this, because I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I guess I could talk to this individual. Oh, no, don't talk to that. Talk to the gobby. Hello. Hello, human. I am Oster Beguiled Helm. Continue conversation. Do you happen to know Snang, Lord Jackal? I don't know them. So, okay, there's only been one person so far that said that they talked to them, but they don't know where they are. So am I wrong in assuming that they are here somewhere? Maybe they live someplace else. But it says that they should be around here somewhere. So confused, I don't like this. Adventure mode's pretty okay so far. It's just really difficult to start because it's really easy to die. Other than that, if you try to do like any quests or anything, it seems really difficult as well. Like right now, I'm trying to follow up on a rumor about a dwarf who stole an item and people want to get it back, but it's not showing up in my quest log. All it said is that he's around here somewhere. So I'm here. But only one person knows, like they spoke to them and that was it. So now I'm just trying to figure out where this individual is. Oh, hold on, we have a new person. Animal dissector? Okay. Talk. Hello? I must withdraw. Let us stop this pointless fighting. What? All I did was say hello. And you ran away. Wait, where'd you go? You just ran. I'm not even fighting you, mate. All I did was say hello. Come on. I'm wondering if maybe that's the person I'm trying to find. Let's go upstairs. Oh, there's more. Oh, what? Oh, somebody's trying to attack me. You sound... Wait. Oh, wait, no, wait, what? You silently grab the dwarf animal dissector by the tongue from behind with your left hand. What do you mean? I'm not trying to fight. I don't want to fight. What's happening? I'm wrestling. I don't want to wrestle. What is happening? No! Okay, you're trying to fight me. Who are you? Are you the person I'm trying to find? Hey! Hey! Neutral attitude! Wait, neutral attitude and you're fighting me? Stop! I will fight no more. Okay, thank you. Can we talk? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You can't just start a fight and run away.